Any woman who has a period,
Listen up.
you have power right there, okay?
Spiritual tip for women only. Menstruating during a full moon is a very powerful thing for a woman. During those heavy flow days,
Spirit is on a higher dimension. See the powers that be. A lot of female bodies.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly.
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. Trigger warning, this video is not for everyone. So if you're not interested in hearing this very important information, please keep scrolling. But today we're talking about the divine feminine, the womb, the blood, the sacrifice. Let's get into it, because today we're talking about the menstrual blood, what has been basically been taboo for so many years, trying to demonize it, trying to make it seem as though it's disgusting. It's, you know, if a woman is on her period, it's the most disturbing thing. Meanwhile, you got men secretly wanting to be intimate with you while you're on your period so they can steal your divinity. Okay. Let's get into it.
Any woman who has a period,
Listen up.
you have power right there, okay? Everybody knows that if you put your period blood in someone's food or drink, they're more likely going to submit to you or fall in love with you or do whatever you want. It's not something that will control him 100%, but you're going to get more of what you want out of him without doing too much. Okay, so that's number one. Everybody knows that. And a lot of women ask, why do I feel so depressed? Do you sleep with men unprotected? Is some of your DNA lodged somewhere down there? Do you feel like you're in a place that you can't come out of? Then stop sleeping with them men. Stay away from sex for a while. How do you cleanse from unprotected sex? Hopefully you'll have your period and cleanse your womb like that. A lot of the people be doing them yoni steams and all that kind of stuff. But definitely, hopefully your period can cleanse you. And then if you eat properly, you know, cleanse yourself, then you're good.
spiritual tip for women only. Menstruating during a full moon is a very powerful thing for a woman. During those heavy flow days, you can use that blood to create a spiritual shield for yourself. You can use that blood for your own personal benefit. Blood rituals are the most dangerous, but yet they're the most powerful. Yes, you can use water, you can use soil, you can use herbs, but when it comes to blood, now it's a different game. But as soon as you're using your own blood on another person, that is wrong and it's going to come back for you. But if you use your own blood for you and your own personal benefit, it will work. Bathing with your period blood, you're actually creating a spiritual shield for yourself. Women, we are spiritual protectors. But at the same time, when we are going through our periods, we're a bit weakened, a little bit. There's a spiritual attack during our periods. That's why there's a change of emotions. There's this, there's that. So you bathing with your own periods, you are only saying, not here, somewhere else. At the same time, you bathing with your periods, you're calling your power back from whoever took it from you. You speak to your blood when you bath with it. I call my power back. And I'm protecting myself with my own blood. Under a full moon, you wear a white cloth. You don't wear any sanitary pads. Make sure to cover your head too. You sit under a bright full moon and let the blood flow outside of you onto that cloth. Then you speak silently in your mind. I take my power back and I call my power back. I am asking for spiritual protection. Do that strictly under a full moon. Others, if you have a daughter who just started menstruating, take your daughter and bath her with that blood. Her first period is very important and is very powerful. This is why people are buying used menstrual pads, because period blood, guys, is very profitable and it's got power. But if you have already protected yourself with your own blood, the person who's going to use your menstrual pads is wasting their time, really, because you've already called your power back. Power to the women. Don't allow people to play with you. Don't allow people to take from you. You are powerful than you think you are. There is more to your life that you can do. Don't allow yourself to be a spiritual servant. Those of you in Africa know very well that some of you are used as transport at night. Some of you all over the world, you understand spiritual husband and spiritual wives. You are actually a spiritual sexual servant. Don't allow yourself in the spiritual realm to be a servant. Better come in as a student or a master, something, but not a servant. Matters of the spirit manifest themselves in the physical. If you're a spiritual servant, life in the physical will be very difficult for you.
Y'all want to know what I love about being a woman so much? We get our periods. Wait a minute. Don't scroll. You don't know what your period is, do you? You don't know what your power is capable of, do you? When a woman is on her period, she get that once a month medieval feeling. Y'all gonna think we evil when we on our periods. The whole time, our bodies is here, but our spirits is on a higher dimension. See, the powers that be allow the female body to be here to create, but our spirits to be able to travel and amplify and magnetize our aura. You see, the body reflects all of the power that we really are gaining from those other dimensions. That's why we be in so much pain. Respect that woman's temple. It's sacred as fuck.
Calling all my girlies that hate their periods. So, did you know that your period's actually super freaking powerful? Every time you shed, you are shedding an old version of you. You have to connect with your womb. Now, the week before your period, you feel tired, your luteal phase. This is when you should be resting, when you shouldn't be going against the grain. It's like winter. That's the part of the season it represents. And then you go into the shedding phase and you kind of relax, you tune, you go inwards. You dedicate yourself to having like a red towel, red PJs. You have that divine feminine that sparks inside of you and you sit with her. And then as you come out of your period, you go into through that kind of autumn, spring, summer, where, no, I got that wrong, it's not even autumn after winter, it's autumn before winter. You go through the spring, summer phase where you just literally blossom and you let go and you shed with your blood. Like, our wombs are powerful portals. I bet you didn't know that. Every month we have a chance to start again, to let go of what we don't want in our life and to go forward just by connecting with our own womb, because they aren't just our wombs there for a period. They're there through all our ancestors. They're there literally carrying the lineage through us. And then as you come out of your bleeding phase and you step into that summer phase, you are starting fresh, honeys. And this is your chance to just create and manifest and be new and fruitful.
My deepest, darkest feminine tip that will get you what you want instantly. Because I'm a taboo bitch. So this is your pad. Okay, and this is the, yeah. Guys, don't judge me. I know, but if you want things quickly, you gotta work with what your feminine body produces. This is your pad. You're gonna get a marker. You're gonna get a marker or a black mark pen or whatever. I suggest a black one. This is just for representation. And babes, you're gonna write literally whatever you want. You could write whatever you want on a paper and then squeeze it and then like let the droplets land on the paper, or you could write it on the pad and you're gonna manifest whatever the fuck you want. I suggest, because y'all not about to get me in trouble, do not manifest a person with this. This is to manifest a dream job. This is to manifest beauty. This is to manifest more money. This is to manifest a house. But do not, I repeat, do not manifest a person with this. que se va a formar una locura that you're not gonna even know where to go, okay? Because this will get that person obsessed. Do not, que se va a formar un enredo. You're not even gonna know where to put your face. Okay, then you're gonna get some honey and you're gonna drizzle it. Again, you could do this on the pad or you can do this on the paper. If you're gonna do it on the pad, just write one word. So you could write house, you could write money and the amount, you know. But if you're gonna do it on the paper, you can get a little bit more detailed. You're gonna roll it up. If you're gonna do it on the paper, burn it. If you're gonna do it on the pad, honestly, once you have your intention set, you could throw it away. Like, I don't know why people think that that's like a bad thing. Like, no, babes, you could throw it away. You're not just gonna have a pad there wrapped in blood, you know? Drizzle your honey, drizzle your cinnamon, set your intention. If you're doing a pad, again, you could just throw it away. Paper, burn it. Again, visualize. So
Your intentions.
I know I'm a woman, I'm connected to the spiritual realm. And especially at that time of the month, you have a lot of energies around you. Your aura is bigger. You have more power when you command and when you manifest, when you speak. That's why in some cultures and in the old days, they didn't want to be around women at that time of the month because we were able to command, manifest, and do whatever we wanted to on a larger scale. And the reason why in some of the holy books it says if a woman if a woman's blood or if a woman touches something that is unclean for 7 days and da 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 da, because it has power. It ain't unclean, it got power, literally. So that's why they kind of shunned it and not really talked about it a lot, because they don't want you to know that's where your power is.
Elena, let's talk about your period blood. There's stuff they don't tell you about your period blood. Your period blood is powerful. It can open portals, conjure spirits, bind a man, even destroy lives, your life. So when you're on your period, you're actually a walking ritual. And that's why they don't allow you into all these sacred places. Remember, when you bleed, when there's bloodshed, the veil is thin between here and spirit. You are then a portal that can draw entities and spirits, a portal that can override other rituals that are running concurrently when you're in those sacred places. That's the power they'll never tell you have when you're on your period. That blood you bleed is pure spiritual currency. It carries energy, memory, and magic. Now let me tell you what people have been doing with it in secret, Madala side. The good old love spell. Oh, la jesana, pasadi la jesana. Women have been feeding men their period blood for eons, decades. We all know that. And this works because your blood links your womb to their soul. But if that man's spirit is weak, toxic, or not within your destiny, then you're blinding your blessings to destruction. And the results of that are obsession, abuse, possession, and misalignment. Another one is protection spells. That's smearing your blood on a door, on a window, on a mirror. It seals your energy because your blood has your DNA and fingerprint. Another fun one is manifestation work. Your blood is your signature and your soul contract. And so adding a drop of your period blood to a spell is actually saying to the universe, Mamelamo, this is not a wish, this is a command. But be careful you don't do it on things that you're not sure about. Because once something is sealed in blood, it's very hard to undo. My favorite one though, is womb and shadow healing. You basically take your period blood, you take herbs and clay, and you anoint your womb. You're basically bringing yourself back to yourself through your womb. It helps to unlock trauma, buried emotions, rage, and grief. But be careful, this process, this ritual can be very emotional. It brings everything to the surface. You'll cry, you'll dream, you'll remember everything, you'll remember who you are. Now, I'm going to be honest, using period blood has its own dangers, and I'll go why. If you use it carelessly, you open yourself up to spirits. If you use it with hate, you actually curse yourself. If you use it to chase someone, you could actually end up becoming the prisoner. So keep in mind, your blood is sacred, it's not a toy. And if you're not grounded spiritually, don't go there, don't play with it. But I just need to remind you, they told you periods were dirty. What they actually meant is that when you're on your period, you are far too powerful to control spiritually. And in actual fact, every month you bleed, you hold more spiritual power than most people will in their entire lifetime. So protect it, understand it, and only use it when your spirit is clear. Khanya Lesedi.
They say that a woman's period is her weakest moment, but the truth is, it is her most powerful. This is for every woman waking up to her divine feminine, her divine truth. For the ones who are remembering who they are, the original creators, God in flesh. Life does not come through you by accident. It flows through you because of your blood. I've said it before, I say it again. Women are God. And your period, that's not some curse. It's a sacred portal. A monthly cleansing, a monthly renewal, a spiritual detox. It's how the womb resets, how your spirit processes what you've held in. You're not just shedding blood, you're shedding old energy, emotions, past versions of yourself. Every cramp, every wave of emotion is a signal. And even in that pain, there's elevation. We were taught to hide our period, be ashamed of it, pop pills, stay silent, stay in pain, weep in pain. Push through like nothing's happening. Push through the goddamn events. Push through the events of life. But in those events, something sacred within us is happening. The pills, the processed foods, hormones, all of that disrupts your natural rhythm. It creates chemical imbalances, emotional fog, and a deep disconnection from your body. You start to forget who you are. You start to hate the very power that makes you divine, your blood. Not gonna lie, y'all, but me, I thug my periods out. I let them flow. I feel every moment. I listen to my womb. I connect with my womb, y'all. I listen to my womb. I even smoke through during my periods, which intensifies the feeling of it, you know? And honestly, it's not about the pain. Once you know and realize how powerful and intense we are during a period, why do y'all think our emotions be so everywhere and all over the chart? Our hormones are rebalancing themselves. It's about the power. You bleed because you are powerful, because you are the vessel of life. Even when we're not birthing babies, you're birthing energy, ideas, reality every single month. Every single day. Our blood cleanses us spiritually, helps us release attachment, emotional residue, even generational trauma. And I think with great power comes great sacrifice. And the shedding we do is that sacrifice. It calls to being God in feminine form. How to enhance your period spiritually. Speak to your womb. Ask her what she's holding in, what she wants to release. Journal every day of your period. Track what's coming up emotionally for you in this journal because it is revealing your spiritual path, your truth, your destination. Rest intentionally. A lot of us do this anyways, especially young girls in high school and shit. Let yourself go into that cocoon mode when you're ready to slow it down. In this time, you're meant to slow down anyway. The world speaks to you at this time. You demand. If you haven't noticed, with your emotions, with your attitude, girl, you are the demander. That's when the most vision, prophecy, veil thinning that's happening in your reality. Eat nourishing foods. Again, foods that give you energy. Fast. Drink a lot of water. We're not meant to be disconnected from our womb space. Think about it. The pain that we feel every month, do we feel this pain because of our daily natural rhythm of things that we are doing before our period occurs? Do you think that could possibly tie into the pain that we feel when we are releasing and shedding? Just ask yourself those questions. Now let's talk about the benefits of having a period. Our periods are portals. Every month our body opens a gateway between the physical and the spiritual realm. That's why our emotions heighten, our intuition sharpens, dreams get really vivid. You're literally in a heightened state of feminine magic. On a spiritual level, your period cleanses more than your womb. It purifies our aura, releases emotional baggage, clears space in your energetic field to receive upload. Again, prophecy, vision, and manifestation. Again, we are not just shedding blood. We're shedding old versions of ourselves, old ties, and even ancestral trauma that's been stored in our womb spaces. Now I have a little tip. Here's where it gets a little celestial. Start tracking what sign the moon is when you start your period. That's a cheat code in knowing what your soul is trying to work through. If you start your period under an Aries moon, like I just did, being spiritually activated in your identity and your power. It's a great time to release anger, old ego patterns, or fears of being seen. Use fire magic, light a candle, a red one to be specific. I had that idea in mind. Write down what you're burning away in this cycle. Moon in Taurus, focus on grounding, money wounds, body image healing. Moon in Cancer, emotion, divine mother energy. Connect with your inner child. Write letters to your motherly self. Moon in Scorpio, deep shadow work, womb trauma, and rebirth. Powerful time for crying, sex magic. Yes, sex magic with your period on. Let's be careful. Let me know if you want to make a video around this topic. And ancestral healing. I believe a woman's period should be her most private, sacred time of being. Behind closed doors when no one is watching. That's when our magic is the strongest, especially as women. When we stand in our individuality, it's when we're closest to source, spirit, the universe, whoever you want to call it. That's when we start intaking and engulfing the transformation. We don't have to post about it. We don't have to explain it. We don't have to explain to people what we're feeling. Just live in it, listen to it, and simply honor it. This is a time where we are preparing to create.
So there's this book that I'm reading. It's called The Secret Knowledge, The Stolen Knowledge That Destroyed the World. And there's one part in the book where it basically talk about the woman's divinity, her period. So you know how in some cultures back in the days, back in the days, where women will come together and they will sit in a circle and really meditate and all that stuff while they're on their period, because everybody's spirits would basically sync together and they would have their period at the same time. That's because during those times they actually allowed the woman to be and tapped into her divinity because of her period, and or when she have her period, she's the most powerful. So a lot of places they basically try to demonize the woman's period, saying that it's disgusting, you know, you shouldn't, almost as if like they're making it seem as if like you shouldn't even be having your period because it's just so gross, you should stay away from people and you know, you're moody and you this and you that, you're craving certain type of food. Well, what is the reason for that, right? There's so many reasons for that. But today we're not talking about that. Today we're talking about the power, the energy that is with the feminine blood, the period, you know. And you notice how when you are pregnant, you don't have your period until the baby comes, because that period is whatever. There's a whole science behind it. But today we're talking about actually tapping into your feminine energy by using your period to manifest the things that you want. And yes, okay, don't come for me. This is my period. I do whatever I want with my own period. But I do use my period to manifest things, and to also, in my opinion, if I need to get over on someone, I would use my period in my, you know, whatever I need to do in order to do that. And there are so many ways that you can use your period to manifest. You know, you can do it, you know, for example, right? I know I'm all over the place, but I would not recommend you having intimate relations with your man while you're on your period, because that's just that it's basically equivalent to feeding him your blood, putting in spaghetti. Y'all remember when Raven's wife basically came out and said that she put her period blood in Raven's spaghetti? Same kind of thing. Eating your girl out while she's on her period, same exact thing. And also having sex with your girl while she's on her period, you're basically collecting all of her divinity in her energy. And the men also, you are collecting the man's whatever it is that he carries. So if he's a bum, you're going to be picking up on that energy of this bumness, basically, because you are doing an energy exchange. Just like whenever you are having sex with someone, you can manifest doing the big O, because, you know, if you're thinking about the same thing at the same exact time, you can manifest whatever it is that you're trying to manifest doing that specific. I have a book, it's called Sex, Blood, Magic. Basically, it's like sex, blood, and magic, and it tells you all these things. Very, very interesting situation going on here. But I just want, this video is basically to educate you on, you know, your period, and how for years now it has been demonized and been taboo, that having your period is just so disgusting. Meanwhile, they truly know the power that you hold in your period. Do I use my period for different stuff? Do I use period blood in some of my spells? Absolutely. I have it and I save it and I keep it. That's why I use a diva cup. I keep it and I do what I need to do with it until the next cycle comes. Yes, I do that. So do I use it on like my skin and all that stuff? Absolutely. Like it actually, y'all know that Queen Cleopatra used to bathe herself in like her own period blood to keep to for glamour spells, and also to keep her skin to keep her skin looking nice, and also makes people obsessed with you. It's actually pretty dangerous. You don't want to do it all the time, especially if you're going to go around people who are like, you're going to go around bums. You're going to attract a lot of people to you. So I wouldn't recommend you do that, or even try to use blood on somebody else. But it can manifest. You can manifest a lot using your blood. I can't stress this enough. Like, you can write things down, put a few drops of your blood in there, and do it like that. There are so many ways that you can manifest using your blood. I have been doing it for so many years, like manifesting my YouTube channel. I literally did like should I even say this? And not on you guys. I didn't do anything on my subscribers. I just did it for my YouTube channel to get to the point where I am right now. And it worked. It worked. And I did a lot of other things for like my job, keeping me where I am on the job, getting the position that I have at my job, and all that stuff. Like, that stuff actually really works. But it has been, for years now, it has been demonized that women's period blood is so disgusting and so this and so that. I was dating this man. This man always wanted to have sex with me on my period all the time, and he was obsessed. When I tell you obsessed, he was from Romania. Obsessed. And I'm just like, okay. I had to stop having sex with him on my period. I'm like, what's going on? But also, he had money, and I realized that opportunity started coming to me. I started, getting in the circles where he runs, and I'll start getting different opportunities coming and all that stuff. And I knew that it was because of my blood. I knew it was because of my blood because I gave him the blood. He wanted the blood, so I gave him the blood. I mean, whatever I'm going to do, I'm not going to fight you, and it was okay. But my thing is, I got a lot of opportunity by using what I already have. What society tried to tell me is demonic, it's this and it's that. Meanwhile, all of my power, majority of my power reside in that same thing. So therefore, I use it to my advantage, and I transmute the energy. So anyways, let me know if you've ever actually used your blood and anything, and if you ever, I've never fed anyone blood, but he wanted to, but anyways, yeah. So I knew that it worked because of that, and because he was very, very clingy. And that's one thing about it too. He was very clingy, but it came with a lot of perks. So I was like, okay, you know what, I can deal with that. Imagine if he was a bum. If he was a bum and he was clingy, I don't know if I would be able to deal with that. So if you're going to ever feed someone some blood, I highly recommend it someone that you can at least benefit something from, not just any bum or any random person that you just want them to like you, because that's like wasting your resources on a good for nothing man. So anyways, talk to you later. Let me know what you think about this video. I know this video is not for everyone, but for the people that is for, we'll find it. So I hope you are that person. So talk to you later. Bye. Love you guys. Bye. Like I said, we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself, and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal this your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence, and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, womb, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to do. It even has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick of all the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you'll need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course, your intentions. And also, I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations. And also, I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels, and let's see, a 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol's there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil look like, all that, and the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell and basically grow your finance, grow your love, self-love, self-admiration, chance to say to yourself to give you that extra energy to go about your day. And also it's tips to enhance your spell. Oh, I already said this. And morning coffee abundance prosperity spell. You guys remember I just shared a video about morning coffee and how important it is when it comes to hoodoo, and how you can basically use your first cup of coffee in the morning to manifest a better life or a better day, or to bring forth money to you. So don't let, you know, you're already doing these things anyway, so you might as well just incorporate something a little bit extra to basically boost your thing. And here's a to influence your boss spell. So this one, I'm sure people who are actually working are going to love this. It's to influence your boss and attract favors towards you at work. Because look, in this economy, we're all working and we need some boost at work, and we also sometimes need to be tied to our job, so therefore you don't get fired. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff that you could do to basically tie yourself to your job, and or tie the job to you. And once you're done and you're all tired of that job, you can get rid of it. It's not something that's completely permanent, but use magic, guys. It's here for you to use. You have the herbs in your closet, you have the herbs in your pantry, you have the candles that you could just simply buy some candles super cheap. Use magic to elevate your life. Use magic to make yourself better. Let me tell you, Jesus was out here using magic, okay? Walking on water and stuff and turning water into wine. Sounds like magic to me. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.